Although many hope that Jesse Lee Soffer will come back to Chicago PD, it's time he leaves the show behind and looks ahead to a new project. Soffer starred as Detective Jay Halstead in Dick Wolf's NBC police procedural for many years. After about a decade, though, the actor left and joined the cast of FBI International, also co-created by Wolf. Unfortunately, CBS cancelled FBI International in 2025, only one season after Soffer's arrival. Both Chicago PD and FBI International belong to the Dick Wolf universe, which includes all the One Chicago shows, the FBI franchise, and the Law and Order series, meaning Soffer's history with Wolf is quite rich. However, he doesn't have to stay in the TV Legends broadcast universe forever. Jesse Lee Soffer has been in the Wolf universe for 10 years. Soffer first appeared in Chicago Fire. Jay Halstead looking to the side in Chicago PD. Wolf has been creating hit cop TV shows since 1990, but Soffer wasn't cast in one until 2013. Still, that means he has been attached to the producer for at least a decade, as the actor went from one of Wolf's series to another. 2 years after leaving Chicago PD, Soffer signed on to take over as the lead in FBI International. Soffer's first appearance as Halstead didn't happen in Chicago PD. He was actually first seen in the second season premiere of the original One Chicago show, Chicago Fire. The procedural drama introduced Halstead as an undercover police officer, shadowing a mobster who had been threatening Gabby Dawson. After completing his assignment, he joined the intelligence unit and became a Chicago PD main character. Soffer reprised his role as Halstead in the Chicago PD series premiere and stayed there for 10 seasons. Sadly, for those who loved his character, Soffer exited the police procedural at the beginning of its 10th season in October 2022. Then, Soffer reconnected with Wolf when he started playing Special Agent Wes Mitchell in FBI International in the fall of 2024. As mentioned above, though, CBS cancelled FBI International and FBI Most Wanted in March 2025. So, Soffer has been in the Dick Wolf universe for 10 years, not counting the years between his 2 TV series. It's high time for the actor to spread his wings and leave Wolf's network TV franchise behind, and perhaps join a different police procedural. Soffer's next best project is joining Derek Haas' Countdown. Countdown premiered in 2025. Countdown cast working together. Derek Haas, the One Chicago franchise's co-creator alongside Wolf and Michael Brandt, released a new show in 2025 that Soffer would be perfect for. Haas exited the Dick Wolf universe. He also co-created FBI International in 2022 to work on new projects. His first complete one is Countdown. The Prime Video crime drama's first season debuted in June 2025 and has 13 episodes. Countdown stars Jensen Ackles as Mark Mayerchum, an lap detective assigned to a task force, which includes other law enforcement officials from different agencies. It's created to track down the murderer of a police officer. However, as one would guess, not everything is as it seems, as the characters soon unravel a bigger and darker conspiracy while trying to solve their original case. Prime Video hasn't renewed Countdown for a second season, as of the writing of this article. But if, and when, the streaming platform does, it should consider casting Soffer in a new role. He and Haas have a long history, having worked on Chicago PD alongside one another for many years before reconnecting with FBI International. Now, they can reunite once more. The good news is that Haas is more than open to the idea of Soffer signing on to play a new character in Countdown Season 2. During an interview with TV Insider, the creator and showrunner discussed working with Soffer and whether he and the other Countdown producers could weave him into the story, maybe even reprising his role as Halstead. Haas said who Soffer could play in Countdown. Soffer should deviate from Halstead. Jesse Lee Soffer as Halstead looking concerned in Chicago PD. Although Haas was thinking about Soffer playing his fan-favorite Chicago PD character in Countdown, it would be best if he played someone new. Soffer reprising his role as Halstead in a show that's not Chicago PD doesn't feel right. Plus, since many want Soffer to return to the NBC cop show, his appearing as Halstead in Countdown would just be a tease. So, instead of trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, Soffer should star as a new character in the Prime Video crime drama. It would be a fresh change of pace. It also allows Soffer to spread his wings and branch out, playing an archetype that he has never portrayed before. Maybe the actor could embrace a villainous role. Ultimately, if Soffer isn't coming back to the Dick Wolf universe, he should try a new project. Countdown could be the perfect solution. It contains something familiar, Haas, but it's also something completely different. Whatever the case, we'll be waiting to see what Soffer does next, whether it's returning to Chicago PD, joining the Countdown cast, or a third option.